Grant Uhlir and Jianping Gu, thank you so much for joining us.
It's nice to be here. Thank you.
The Shanghai Tower, first of all, congratulations on the award from Council on Tall Buildings. And I wonder if you have any reaction to how it's being received, because now that the building is finally complete, people are reacting to it. There's a lot of positive reaction. And I wonder if you're surprised at all by that, or how people are reacting to it, how they're embracing it.
I was surprised because this is just a single building, but it drew a lot of attention from China and overseas. I was not that surprised because this project started about 10 years ago, and we proposed the concepts like vertical city, social space at height, and we considered the social and technology, advanced technology factors at that point. So we see this should be a model for the future cities in China and the world. But yeah, this is why we were also surprised with the attentions we see from the world.
Of those elements that you mentioned, the social spaces at height, the atria, the environmental aspects of the building, what do you think will be the building's legacy? What will we see as the biggest influence on future projects in China and in other tall building projects around the world?
I think it's a first for a megatall, certainly, and a first in the global community. It embraces, it has a harmony with the other two towers adjacent. Very sense of community. I think the idea of density in urban environments, certainly in Asia and other parts of the world that are becoming very populated, this becomes a model for sustainable vertical communities. The Sky Gardens is a perfect example of that. The sustainable principles, the high performance double facade, creating these communities in the sky in a mixed use environment, I think is cutting edge.
Is there one lesson from the tower that you think is most likely to be translated into other projects, either from your firm or elsewhere?
I think it's an ongoing dialogue and experimentation. The ability to use technology and innovation to create the shape and the twist and taper. We're starting to see that becoming more common, and I think that'll be a model for future development as well. Certainly access to multimodal transportation modes, getting people in and out effectively, efficiently. Using high performance materials. The building is a LEED Platinum rated building, which is phenomenal for the size and scale. It also rates highly on the China 3-star building rating system.
So this, as you mentioned, is a 10-year-long process. A lot of people were involved at various points. How did Shanghai C&D and Gensler work together? How was that process of collaboration?
So this is a very long journey, and I would conclude two key words. The first word is respect. So both clients and architects should respect each other. The second key word would be communication. We need to communicate with each other as well as other parties within this project.
Yeah, I think the support of collaboration was key. We felt, working with the client group and the contractor, that it was extremely important to have this work designed and built locally in China. And so we brought expertise, experienced people from around the globe to really be in residence in Shanghai to work on the project. And that promoted communication, that promoted the collaboration. We had many long hours. We worked 7 days a week. We had a very aggressive schedule, but as Mr. Gu mentioned, it was very much a one team, one vision for the past decade. And I think the accolades and the completed design is a testament of that teamwork and effort. Very supportive, very nurturing, tremendous experience.
mega tall buildings always are a statement on some level, and certainly the Shanghai Tower is one, being so prominently placed in the skyline of Shanghai. What is the message that you wanted to send and that you think the tower is sending about China or about Shanghai, and how do you think it's being received?
I think it's very future-looking. It's forward-looking. It's as I mentioned, the Shanghai Tower is a very supportive brother of the other two brothers in this district,
Tower
Jianping and World Financial Center. They have a great presence and familiarity between the three of them. Each one is unique and different at the time that they were built and constructed. The soft curve, taper, twist of the Shanghai Tower reminds us of the soft bends in the Hongpu River adjacent to the site, and it also sits very well with the other two buildings. The tower, with the shape and form, does not have a front and a back, which I think is unique, not only for the occupants inside the building to look out onto the skyline of Shanghai and the communities adjacent, but for those people in those communities, the citizens of Asia and of Shanghai and China, to look back at the building. It has a remarkable presence no matter what distance you are from that. You're on the maglev coming in from the airport, you can see it in the distance. You're at the base of it looking up and you see this taper and twist, and with the blue sky and clouds beyond is really remarkable.
Mr. Gu, what message do you think the building sends?
So firstly, Shanghai Tower did a lot of research and explore a future tall building located in an extremely high density area of a city core. We also did a lot of research on how to introduce and bring more social open space within the tower at various heights. We also did a lot of research on energy efficiency. So Shanghai Tower is the only building with a height higher than 400 meters got the LEED Platinum Award. So thirdly, we are considering how to reflect the culture out of this tower, because we want to combine the Western culture and the local Chinese culture, and how we can reflect this based on this tower.
I think just to continue along those thoughts, the model of sustainable urbanism and these vertical communities, I think, will be something that we're starting to see now other regional projects reference. At the time we were going through the approval process for the Shanghai Tower, some of the best practice that we were bringing exceeded the local codes and jurisdictions, and in a culture where you need to meet the code and not exceed the code, was very interesting, dynamic, and now we're seeing full circle that those local reviews on other projects are referencing the innovations and the advancement from Shanghai Tower.
Like what?
One is egress systems, being able to use elevatoring to egress. Another is to use rainwater harvesting and capturing rainwater not only at the roof of the building but on the facade of the building. And how do you use that for gray water, for flushing of toilets, for laundry water makeup in the hotel component of the tower, for landscaping, irrigation. So a whole series of things like that. I think the double skin and those sky garden atria is also a first, and something that I hope to see more of, because I think it promotes benefits in multiple ways.
Well, thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.